Hi, this is Goddess Runic Seer, here just to do impromptu messages. One thing you have to know from these tarot readings is that they dip in and out. One moment it's talking about you, and the next minute it's talking about the soul you're connected to, whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not, because you are. If just like God says, I am that I am. Whether you believe it or not, it's you. Um, I think our society is so clouded to where, oh, see, I think this is connected to one of the prophetic readings that I was talking about, where this is the ancient battle. We are to remember who we are in this life and what our purpose is. How do you discover your purpose when you are stuck in your trauma? You won't heal, which you have to go into the dark to heal. You have to shoot. Now I'm being led to pull some cards. You have to go into your shadow side to heal. Spirit, what are you trying to tell? What are you trying to say? Spiritual awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment. That's exactly what people refuse to do. But there are people who are starting to make that change. This is how you come into your purpose. You heal by going into and sitting with your shadows. You begin to have a spiritual awakening. Your intuition is stronger. Your spirituality, because really it's about spiritual. It's really about spiritual. I think people need to start looking into the spiritual, because what was I thinking earlier? Oh, religion keeps us boxed in, where the spiritual is free range. It's free. It doesn't keep you boxed, because you're getting a little bit of everything. You're not boxed into one religion and one form of structure and one. You're not confined. Ooh. No boundaries. Difficult to establish a healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Self-care. Yeah, so people are not taking care of themselves, right? There's no boundary between, I was about to say, there's no boundary between the spiritual and the physical. It's blurred. Although this is somebody who, it's difficult for people to have spiritual awakenings. There's no boundaries. And you have to have a boundary. Because otherwise, you're just going to be stuck. And the spiritual awakening is going to be hard. It's hard anyways. Spiritual awakenings are hard anyways. Because you are sitting with your shadows. You're seeing things that you don't want to see, and there's traumas that are coming up, and there's pain that's coming up, and grief that's coming up that you don't want to deal with, but you have to deal with. You have to develop a boundary, a limit. And this is a limit within yourself. Develop a limit to where now you are respecting yourself and taking care of yourself. As you do that, your intuition will sharpen. You'll start to understand. You'll go through spiritual awakenings where you understand. But you have to put up boundaries. And this is physically. This is physically with other people, and this is with yourself. What else, Spirit? Break chains. Breaking chains. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them. Self-limiting beliefs. Now this is, to me, I'm taking this as, again, with other people and with yourself. This is about self-limiting beliefs. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, I had to cook a couple of hamburgers for the family. So then where we leave off, we have to break chains, right? I don't even know if I'm gonna have to turn on the light. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them. We're talking about shadow work. And this is chains within yourself and within the people around you, the community, right? Because the chains within ourselves, right? What can create changes? Self-limiting beliefs, right? So that's traditional beliefs that go down in families, generational beliefs, right? Like I said in the last reading, things are changing. And we can't, in the download that I have, you can't plug an old cord into a new socket. So these originally, these traditional beliefs are self-limiting beliefs. They keep you boxed up. They keep you locked up. You're restricted. What else, Spirit? Yep, have courage. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be seen. Okay, this is fear. Hold on, let me turn on the light. Okay, so again, have courage. We had breaking chains. We have courage. Stop hiding, show up, and let yourself be seen. Exactly. Stop. Fear, vulnerability. I think when I first started my spiritual awakening, I was vulnerable. I put myself out there, right? Because I wanted to wait till I had my dentures before I put myself out there. And obstacle after obstacle after obstacle kept coming into my way. And so therefore, I couldn't wait no more, because God kept calling me. You got to go out. You got to be out and be seen. So you have to stop hiding and have courage. Look, you hate it or love it. You're going to make fun of me and laugh? Yes, I understand that. But I have a message that I have to come out and do. And getting this fixed is going to take forever. It's taken forever. So you have to have vulnerability. You have to put yourself out there. Because you never know when people are going to actually love you. People love you for what's inside, not what's on the outside. That's one thing. And if you're, I'm thinking of a Bible study, a Bible verse I meant. If you let fear stunt your growth, then you can't go into your purpose. You can't find your purpose. You can't go into a spiritual awakening because you are limiting yourself because of the way you look, or you're scared because are you're scared of how people are going to perceive you if you act a certain way or you be yourself. You shouldn't be scared to be yourself. And if you have to be around, even family, if they don't like it, then you just got to be like, okay, I don't talk to anybody in my family really because they don't like me for me. What else? Avoidance. What did I just say? There's some people you're going to have to avoid. There's some people that you're going to have to cut out your life just because they don't like the authentic you. Avoidance. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. Yes, in the beginning, I was discomfort, but putting myself out there, being vulnerable. I was scared, but you have to have courage. You have to confront that fear. And when you confront it, then you progress. Avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. This is having courage to get rid of that fear. Avoid that. Avoid that discomfort. Overcome it and thrive and progress. Confront that fear. Whatever fears that you have, confront it. Because you got to break the chain. Self-limiting beliefs. There's 2 sacred boundaries. And I picked up on that when I had no boundaries, right? Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. That's exactly what I've been trying to say. When you put up those boundaries, you have to respect and honor those boundaries. So that means, I'm taking this 2 ways. That means when people don't respect your boundaries, you have to reinforce that boundary. Even within yourself, right? Because the battle is for the mind. You're not always going to be in the right. Sometimes you will be tempted to do something. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. So whatever limits that you put on yourself, which I'm not even saying limits, I would be boundaries. Okay, I'm not going to take that drink. Okay, I'm not going to drive fast. I'm going to start wearing my seatbelt. You have to respect those and honor those by repeatedly turn it into a habit. Turn it into a lifestyle. You face your inner demons. This is probably why people act the way they act, right? Because they're afraid of the darkness. They're afraid to face their inner demons, to transform. But you got to face it in order to transform. What is it? Avoidance, confrontation. You have to confront your inner demons. Otherwise, how are you going to, how are you going to overcome it and thrive if you don't face your inner demons? Don't be afraid of the darkness. There's a light nearby. But yes, it's going to change you. I think people are afraid of being changed. When they had created a persona this whole time, they're afraid to change. Because what if they lose that persona? Oh yeah, you probably, because that persona that you created was done under false pretenses. Confront fears. We just saying the same thing over and over again. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. This is about healing. So what somebody really, really craves, what somebody really, really, really wants, they're afraid to confront that fear. There's some type of fear going on. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Somebody is scared. Somebody is scared to confront their fear. Bravery, healing, and reclaim. Somebody's scared to confront their fears. They're scared to heal. But the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. So what you really, really, really want, you're scared to get to that treasure because of what's in front of it, right? Because you do have to confront your fears. You do have to face your inner demons. You do have to break chains. And these chains are probably deep, generational chains. Religious train. Religious chains. Structural chains, right? Because that's all what religion is structure. But see, was there ever structure? No. Did we ever need structure? No. Because what our ancestors were doing, which was spiritual, was working. But what did this one... I'm starting to get uncomfortable. Oh, God. I'm starting to get uncomfortable because I still am going through this death spell. So I can't really be in one position for a long time. Otherwise, my body just started... Wow. Hold on, I gotta get up. Okay. I try to have my plants in the, I'm gonna have to come up with a new setup. New things is coming. I have ideas. I want to start just, I want to start just showing myself more and expressing myself. Again, confronting your fears, right? Because I'm no longer avoiding. I'm sharing my gifts. What was I saying? I was saying a couple other things. I don't know what I was saying. Hopefully it comes back to me. And see, people are being stubborn because it can denote perseverance, but it also may hinder progress. So hindering progress, right? Again, like I said, that the voice in your head that says, okay, you could go ahead and take that hit, or you could go ahead and do this. Oh, just one more time. Well, isn't that what Mac Miller did? Just one more time. And that was the last time. You have to be careful with what goes on in your mind. Because that last time, that one more time can be your last time. You have to be careful. The battle is for the mind, remember that. So that one more time is maybe your last. You can't keep hindering growth no more. You can't keep being stubborn. If you want change in your life, then you have to put up a sacred boundary. Those boundaries that you put up, you have to maintain those boundaries. Respecting and honoring your boundaries will set you free. Yes, it's going to change you. It's going to change you. But if you want to be out of this karmic cycle, or you want to, if you want your life to change, you got to break them chains and put up boundaries, sacred boundaries, and maintain them, respect them, and honor them. Oh shoot, this one upside down. Ride the storm. Purge, yes. Then I say, I really would. Let chaos and turbulence cleanse your spirit. Yep. Yes. So it's going to be a rocky road in changing yourself and breaking those chains and putting up them sacred boundaries, but you got to ride the storm. You got to let that chaos and turbulence cleanse your spirit with 2020. You got to let go of that shame and guilt. This is about healing. Feel them without judgment. Mistakes do not define your worth. Exactly. What are we doing? We're breaking chains. We're breaking chains with the way that we think, that we move, as we heal too. So whatever shame and guilt. See, how I healed was I thought of my relationship with Jesus. I thought of my relationship with God. If I'm still alive, I'm still doing something right. God still want me here for something. So this shame and guilt, that shame and guilt got to go. Because that's not how God sees me. So I changed my perspective. And I cared more about what God thought of me than more what anybody else thought about me. And yes, you got to ride the storm. You have to let the chaos, right? Because you're going to get backlash. I know people are looking at my teeth. I've had people say comments about my teeth. You know, people don't take me serious because my teeth. But you got to just let it ride. You just got to let it ride and roll with it. Lack of awareness, missed chances, and unseen risks. Seek facts and stay open-minded. So this is lack of awareness, right? This is missed chances, right? Fear. What does fear do? Fear helps you miss chances. Because you're so fear of taking that chance, especially if it's going to benefit you. Unseen risks. This is people who are stuck in karmic cycles. They don't see the red flags. They don't see the red flags. Seek facts and stay open-minded. Insight. Ask yourself, or even ask God or Jesus, is this right? And then you have to be open-minded. Then you have to take that, whatever you get from God, whatever messages you get from God or Spirit or Jesus, whoever you turn to, that's a good spirit. That's been, I can't even say it. That's a good spirit versus the bad, right? You have to seek facts. When you seek Jesus, when you seek the Holy Spirit, you get the answers that you need. But see, people don't want to be open-minded. People don't want to hear that. No, don't do that. No, that don't sound good. They want to just be, but free will. That's free will. You want to do what you want to do. I'm going to take, what? This is about 24 minutes. Take one more card. This is sticking out. Unseen patterns. It's the same thing. That's the same thing I've been saying. Shoot, hold up. Unseen patterns. Change your thoughts. Change